Half a day, everybody. This is the HotSpot. I'm Jason Salas, and here is what's on today's show.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and
all right, here's what's in your data drop for today. Over the weekend, the Supreme Court overturned the Roe v. Wade decision. It sparked much debate throughout the country. House Ethics Committee determines Congressman Michael Nicholas accepted improper contributions and engaged in a conspiracy. And also, we'll have your weekly question. Half a day once again from Guam. We're coming to you live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on KUAM TV8. We're live from the KUAM studios in Harmon. Well, by way of an announcement on Saturday, the House Ethics Commission has unanimously concluded there was substantial evidence that Michael Nicholas accepted improper excessive campaign contributions, engaged in a conspiracy to hide the proceeds of the illicit contributions, knowingly caused his campaign committee to file false or incomplete reports with the FEC, and attempted to improperly influence a witness in connection with the investigation. A statement released on Saturday by the ethics chairman representative and the ranking member said, quote, "In light of the delegate's impending retirement from the House and the potential for expiration of applicable statutes of limitations, the ISC recommended that the committee refer these allegations to the Department of Justice." Also, it said the Committee on Ethics has unanimously voted to adopt the ISC's report and with it, refer the substantial evidence of potential violations of federal criminal law to the DOJ for such further action as it deems appropriate, end quote. The representative is referring to Delegate Michael Nicholas, who's also running for governor of Guam. In a report over 200 pages long, it details how in 2019 a complaint was filed against the delegate, alleging he converted campaign funds for personal use, had an inappropriate relationship with a staffer, both of which are violations of House rules. In June 2020, the House Ethics Committee authorized the formation of an investigative subcommittee to look into those allegations, as well as whether the congressman disclosed information to the Federal Election Commission that may be false, among other things. On May 20th, 2021, the committee announced it had unanimously voted to re-impanel the ISC to investigate allegations involving Delegate Nicholas, reviewing over 5,000 pages of material. The ISC likewise conducted 11 witness interviews. The ISC convened on April 29th of this year for Delegate Nicholas's compulsory deposition, but he failed to appear. The ISC felt it necessary to refer the matter of his failure to appear to the full committee for consideration of referral to the House for contempt. They also sent a letter to Delegate Nicholas advising him of its rulings and determination that he had behaved in a contemptuous manner. On June 9th, the ISC unanimously voted to adopt and transmit this report to the committee. National headlines now as a new poll finds most Americans disapprove of the Supreme Court's ruling, eliminating the constitutional right to an abortion. Protests continue across the country today as states clarify their abortion laws in a new post-Roe world. Here's more.
Protesters were back on the streets Sunday in cities around the country.
My body, my choice.
More than 50 demonstrations have taken place just this weekend.
We're out here and we're not going to stop, and we're not going away now, and we're not going away for as long as it takes to restore our freedoms.
A new CBS News poll finds 59% of Americans disapprove of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Among women, 2/3 disapprove, and more than 3 to 1 think the ruling will make their lives worse than better. 13 states already have laws that ban abortion almost immediately, and another 13 are likely to restrict access or enact bans soon. Abortion is temporarily legal in Michigan because last month a judge suspended a 1931 law that criminalizes the procedure. Michigan's governor is urging her state's Supreme Court to settle the issue now.
We are using every tool we have to fight for reproductive rights for Michigan women and Ohio women and Indiana women who come to Michigan for their health care.
Well, in South Dakota, their governor is pledging to bar mail-order abortion pills, despite the U.S. Attorney General's statement that states cannot block access to the medication.
Are you saying the state of South Dakota is now going to overrule the FDA and decide which drugs are going to be available to its residents?
And many of those decisions are made at the state level. They absolutely are. That's what states do.
Will you stop, if it's sent in mail, will you intercede and stop it from being received?
There's certain protections that are guarded under the Constitution of the United States. The rest of these items are left to the states.
Some protesters now fear with the repeal of abortion rights that it may just be the first step for this conservative majority court. Justice Clarence Thomas, in a concurring opinion with Friday's decision, suggested gay marriage and other rights should also be examined.
Once we compromise any type of human rights, that's not going to be the last of the rights that are up for in danger.
Pride parades also took place around the country Sunday. In New York City, Planned Parenthood led the march. Serena Marshall, CBS News, Washington.
Back to local news. Island leaders locally in the community reacted to the overturning of the decision. And on Sunday, Governor Lilian Guerrero spoke before those in attendance at a pride rally in the capital of Agutya, sharing her disappointment in the decision and how this can lead to other rights possibly being taken away.
It's very unfortunate that the Supreme Court tore down Roe v. Wade. And we have to be very diligent in making sure that we continue to protect the rights of women to privacy and to reproductive health. I am very concerned that this is going to be a beginning of tearing down other rights. And if you read some of the justices there are already putting out the word that this situation also applies to other cases, which can actually jeopardize gay rights, same-sex marriage, and all the rights that have already been constitutionally protected. So I think as a group here in our island, we all need to gather together to do whatever we can to fight for the protection of women's right to privacy, protection of rights to same-sex marriage, and so forth. And so I think you have to go out there and spread the word. And I know people are frustrated, they're depressed, they're angry, they're very hurt. If you listen to women who are responding to this, I think very wrong decision of the Supreme Court justices. And one woman in particular was saying, how could 6 people decide for my body?
Attorney Vanessa Williams, spokesperson for Guam People for Choice, said, quote, overturning Roe is awful and a huge step backwards for women and reproductive rights. However, abortion remains safe and legal in Guam today, and we will continue to fight to keep it that way, end quote. Senator Talina Nelson, sponsor of the Guam Heartbeat Bill, which would ban abortions upon detection of a fetal heartbeat, issued the following statement in response to the recent Supreme Court decision, saying, today is a beautiful day for humanity. We are grateful to the United States Supreme Court that amidst the rhetoric, after 50 years, they acknowledge that abortion kills the life of an innocent baby. Today, life wins, end quote. The message from Father Romeo Convocar on behalf of Archbishop Michael Burns says, quote, we are grateful for the courage of the members of the Supreme Court who made the decision of life over death. He goes on to say, however, the Catholic Church on Guam says the fight to end abortion is far from completed. They hope that proposed legislation like the Guam Heartbeat Act becomes law now that Supreme Court's decision places the burden on states.
And make sure to check us out on Primetime for more on this topic. Well, of course, it is Monday, so that means we are going to launch up our weekly question as we do on all of our social media profiles. Check us out at KUAM News. Many of you have already voiced your opinion on our various platforms on this issue, but we're going to ask again, what are your thoughts on the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to overturn the Roe versus Wade decision governing abortion? Let us know in the comments on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and we're going to let you know what they are later on in the week. Make sure to share your voice on this topic. And please stay tuned because weather is coming up next.
Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale with a breakdown of the most important info, including cost, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at noon on streaming and TV8 or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Lunches, snacks, we got diapers for baby girl. Oh, 7:15, we gotta go. Bread, milk. Gas for work. Remember to grab Joe Boy a birthday present. Half a day.
Hey, Molly, how much do you pay for daycare for the kids?
Over $600 a month. It's expensive.
Did you hear about the governor's program that covers up to $675 a month for childcare?
Wow, that would be a lifesaver with the rising cost of everything.
Check guamchildcare.com to apply. We qualified. I even booked an appointment for someone to walk me through the process.
guamchildcare.com. Okay, thanks. I'll apply today.
This ad is paid for with federal funds administered by DPHSS.
Hey friends, it's Jason Salas here in the KUAM studios here in Harmon, and update time. I got news I want to pass along to you about your favorite mid-afternoon show, The HotSpot. We are moving an hour up to 11 a.m. starting on July 5th, so make sure to tune in every day, live stream us or watch us on KUAM TV8 on Facebook Live and on our YouTube channel, as we're going to show for an entire hour featuring more news, more interviews, interactive giveaways, and extended Decision 2022 coverage, including analysis and chats with all of this year's candidates. So please make plans to join us live weekdays at 11 a.m. Catch up with the daily repeat broadcast on our stations or anytime on demand wherever you watch our show. I'll be looking for you on the Hotspot.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Got a question about your finances? You've come to the right place. Bring all your accounts together, even those that aren't with us, and see the big picture, right down to the smallest detail. Unlock powerful tools like Insights and Money Map that help you save time and take control of your finances. When you connect accounts with the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
All right, everybody, it is Monday, and Landon Idlet from the National Weather Service joining me right now. Joining me, not exactly in the same time zone. Landon, you are in the Lone Star State, man. Shout out to everybody in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and everything. You are actually en route to go hang out with some of your colleagues, right?
That's correct. I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth area at the airport now, on transit from Narita Airport after leaving Guam yesterday, on the way to Madison, Wisconsin, where I'll be meeting my fellow colleagues, the Weather Service, the warning coordination meteorologists of the United States Weather Service. So this will be a big mosh pit of all of my colleagues over here for the next several days. So I'm looking forward to the collaboration, the discussions, and meeting fellow warning coordination meteorologists from the Weather Service.
Scientists get together, and that's a party, man. Okay, so
I just hope we have some weather.
Well, actually, you've got a lot to talk about because the past few days, and I know you were en route for the last, Narita to Dallas, that's a long flight, but especially this morning, you probably didn't experience it, but I'm sure because you've got all your charts and graphs, and your team is back in T's and doing a fantastic job. It's been really, really rainy the past week or so. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's definitely correct. We've been in a wetter pattern the last several days across Guam and the Marianas, especially areas south of Guam and southwest towards Palau and Yap State of Micronesia. That is indicative of the season. We are transitioning from the dry season to the wetter season, and that is fully enforced this morning across Guam. I know when I got off the plane and logged into Wi-Fi just a little while ago, the WhatsApp chats were going livid because of all the weather. We had over a half inch of rainfall in about 20 minutes at the weather office at the Guam airport. So that's just an indicator of the intense heavy rainfall. They can come in a short period of time. So when those showers pass overhead, that can cause a lot of standing of water on the roadway. So do drive carefully, do slow down when you have those moderate to heavy showers, because they will pass but they could linger for a little while and cause some flooding and ponding of the roadways.
Interesting thing you brought that up, because like what we've seen over the past 7 days is, like you said, I mean, sometimes you can kind of see it coming. You see like the overcast clouds start to move, from east to west on Guam, as they're prone to do. Yesterday I was walking, I never even saw it coming. Like 20 seconds and everything like that. It felt like Noah's Ark was about to happen. I was about to get two of every animal and like start building a boat, because I was like, wow, where did that come from? And then 5 minutes later it was gone.
Yeah, that's correct. And when you have the upper level support in place, the upper level disturbances, they don't create the thunderstorms, but they help support thunderstorm growth. And so when you have a little low level disturbance, like a surface trough or a trade wind surge, that can generate the impetus for showers and thunderstorms. And then the upper level support on top of that can really help things blossom overhead. And that's shown in the heavy showers and thunderstorms. So watch out for that. That's going to be the theme for at least the next several days. We do have isolated thunderstorms in the forecast through Wednesday night. So that potential is going to be there at least the next several days.
Very cool. Okay, so now I want to ask you a little bit. We got about 5 more minutes left. When you're out there representing Guam, and we are in very, very capable hands, but when your voice speaks for us about the weather conditions out here, how weather prepared like Guamanians are and everything like that, and you talk to your colleagues from, is this a national conference or international?
Oh, this is a national conference. So this is just the National Weather Service. So we'll be meeting with the folks from headquarters in Washington, D.C., as well as my colleagues from the Honolulu Weather Forecast Office, American Samoa, and every weather field office across the United States. So that's going to be 122 of us, warning coordination meteorologists, plus other support staff from headquarters and regional headquarters.
Now, your voice, I would dare say, is probably unique, given that like what we have and everything like that. So what do you tend to talk about, or how do you actually bring our story before all the other like scientists, and what can you teach them?
That's one thing I'm proud of. Like most Guamanians, we take pride in our islands, our culture, and being where we are in the Pacific, because our neighbors are international in nature. This will be my first time at this conference, so I'm excited about the opportunity to represent Guam. But one thing that I really want to do is make people aware of the Guam office, but also our mission, that we're not just focused on counties, cities, and states. We're focused on territories, State Department interests, Department of Defense. We're working with 3 compact nations, independent nations that we have to work out for. So we have a very unique, different challenge in our mission, getting our job done to protect life and property. So this is an exciting time. I'll be speaking closely with social equity, inclusion, reaching those underserved populations, because many of our people are what we would consider in the National Weather Service as underserved. We're not just a typical majority population. We have such a great diversity, and that's something that we can take pride in and also brag about, but also how do we get our mission accomplished, again, to protect life and property, to reach everybody all the way to the last mile. And so that's one thing that my office in Guam, we really have to work hard to have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and a D and a E, because communications always have problems, especially in our region where we're separated by so much distance and space and water.
And I think it's actually communications, and what you and your staff, you guys do a bang up job at actually, inviting people, and you say, hey, send us a DM, message us on any platform and everything. If you have any question about the weather, especially when things get really, really rough, and you say, we will get back to you. And everybody always says, 10 minutes later, I got a message from them. It would be a much different situation if you were representing a population of, like, let's say 3.5 million. I mean, it just doesn't scale, and that kind of thing doesn't happen. So the fact that you guys actually have a one-to-one connection with the local community out here is outstanding.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we really want to do. You call many government agencies and the phone rings off the hook, you never get a response. And if you get a response, it's vague, it's not to the point. It doesn't even answer your question. That's one thing I like to do different, because we take pride in our work. And again, we are for the people, we work for the people, we're public servants, and we're here to communicate our knowledge of weather safety and preparedness to people who do not know weather and how to take the proper actions in a certain situation. So if people don't understand what we're communicating, we're not doing our jobs fully. And so it goes beyond putting out a text forecast on our webpage. We have to communicate that so that people can understand it, especially in our region where many are English as a second language or a third language, or not at all. How do you convey that life-saving information to people so that they can take the proper actions?
Well, we are all the wiser because of you, my friend. And you know what? I can kind of hear the overhead thing there. So I think you may be boarding has begun for your flight to Madison, Wisconsin. Kind of cold up there, even in the summer times. But Landon,
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, Landon from the National Weather Service joining us deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah, watch out. Enjoy the weather out there. I hate to miss the showers and thunderstorms. That's the weather I live for. But again, play it safe. When thunder roars, get indoors. Don't be under tents, canopies, and tarps. Don't take shelter under a tree. But when you hear the thunder, take shelter inside a safe, sturdy structure or a car with your windows rolled up. The isolated thunderstorms will be in the forecast through Wednesday night, and then it clears up a little bit on the seas. Not so bad out there with the seas and surf. So enjoy the week ahead. All right, sounds good, man. Hey, we wish you safe travels. Have a fantastic time at the conference. And hey, don't forget your boarding pass. Absolutely not. It's in my bag somewhere. There you go. I don't know where my bag is. ever prepared. Landon Idler from the National Weather Service. Man, have a good flight. Have a good flight, man. We'll see you soon. Thank you. I'll see you soon. All right.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Lunches, snacks, we got diapers for baby girl. Oh, 7:15, we gotta go. Bread, milk, gas for work. Remember to grab Joe Boy a birthday present. Half a day.
Hey, Molly, how much do you pay for daycare for the kids?
Over $600 a month. It's expensive.
Did you hear about the governor's program that covers up to $675 a month for childcare?
Wow, that would be a lifesaver with the rising costs of everything.
Check guamchildcare.com to apply. We qualified. I even booked an appointment for someone to walk me through the process.
guamchildcare.com. Okay, thanks. I'll apply today.
This ad is paid for with federal funds administered by DPHSS.
Meet the young men and women from high schools in Guam and the CNMI at the head of the class on KUAM News Weekend Edition and Digital. We're showcasing the brilliant valedictorians and salutatorians of the class of 2022. Learn about their awards, accolades, and future ambitions. Watch Head of the Class of 2022 throughout the months of June and July. Congratulations, graduates, presented by the University of Guam.
Hey friends, it's Jason Salas here in the KUAM studios here in Harmon, and update time. I got news I want to pass along to you about your favorite mid-afternoon show, The HotSpot. We are moving an hour up to 11 a.m. starting on July 5th, so make sure to tune in every day, live stream us or watch us on KUAM TV 8 on Facebook Live and on our YouTube channel, as we're going to show for an entire hour featuring more news, more interviews, interactive giveaways, and extended Decision 2022 coverage, including analysis and chats with all of this year's candidates. So please make plans to join us live weekdays at 11 a.m. and catch up with the daily repeat broadcast on our stations or anytime on demand wherever you watch our show. I'll be looking for you on the HotSpot.
Say hello to the first Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Want a better look at your spending? With Money Map, you can automatically create budgets and manage where your money is going. Know when you have a green light or when it's time to slow down. Maybe cook more meals at home this week. Set your goals, track your progress, and find your way to exactly where you want to be. With Money Map from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. It all starts with yes.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam On Demand.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Sean Pangelinan was born and raised on Guam, and now he's the owner of the Fit Lab in San Diego, where he is helping people bring the best version of themselves out. Our Jonah Goncharfas chats with the former Guam Olympian and how he ended up being featured by Project Rock.
When Sean Pangelinan was 21 years old, he left Guam to pursue a degree in health sciences. His goal? To help people through fitness. It was a goal inspired by an internship with SOAR Physical Therapy Clinic here.
I was very interested in how they were helping people. through movement. I was very fascinated how people would come in with back pains, with neck pains, knee pains, elbow pains, and they would help them through exercises. And when I saw that, I that's when the spark occurred. Like, oh, I think this is the direction I want to take my life and potential career into helping people. And that's what helped me make the move to go to San Diego.
Wanting to bring the concept of the gym into a physical therapy clinic, the Fit Lab was officially opened in San Diego on June 1st, 2015, with the mission to. What Pangelinan has also focused on is helping fathers, something he attributes to becoming a parent himself, and also his father.
My father just passed away a little over a month ago, almost 2 months now. And, he died of health reasons. And for the last probably 5 to 10 years, he was really suffering because of the health issues he's had.
He has a newfound spark in his motivation and passion to help people, and his mission and drive seems to have caught the eye of others. Recently, Sean was featured in a digital series by Project Rock, which highlighted 3 fathers who put in the work to show up every day as their best selves for their families. Project Rock, which is a collaboration by The Rock and Under Armour, used the series to promote their limited edition Ohana pack in time for Father's Day. Sean said it all started with the manager from the Rock's $7 production.
He really liked what I was doing with my Instagram. He really liked the message I was trying to share as far as being a father, being a trainer, being a coach, being a husband. And they asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, heck yeah, I want to be a part of it. No questions asked.
For about 8 hours, the production crew followed Sean around while he was training his clients and exercising. For almost 2 hours, they interviewed him. He described the process as raw and emotional. They also shot Sean with his family, paddling with his 3 boys in tow.
That day was just a reassurance, if anything, that, like what I'm doing is I'm on the right track with what I'm doing in life. And I felt very, very blessed to be able to share that. And so when I saw the end product, I was very proud because, I've always tried to share the message of follow your heart, find your passion, and, just keep doing it. And that day was just that.
And like many of us who sometimes find it hard to take the first step towards getting healthy.
I totally understand the situations, that you have, priorities, responsibilities, you have bills to pay, you have to take care of your kids. There's so many aspects in life that you have to take care of, and it can be frustrating. It could be overwhelming. It could seem almost impossible. But if you're ever looking for a strong motivation, if you're ever looking for a why, you just have to look at your kids. I think you'll find the motivation, the inspiration, and the desire to be able to improve yourself one day at a time.
Reporting for KUAM News, I'm Jonah Gancharfris.
All right, my friends, and for our final story, we are going to take you down south to see how some very, very responsible neighbors of yours, some very awesome Guamanians, are taking their part. And they're leading the way to clean up a very familiar part of Merizo.
Tires, plastic bottles, aluminum cans, golf balls, umbrellas, boat pieces, fishing lines, weights, and hooks were some of the debris cleared out from the waters of Merizo by over 80 volunteers of the Merizo Pier Project a little over a year ago. The Merizo Pier Project returns on July 3rd and is organized by Will Naden of Merizo and his girlfriend Lonnie Sablan. It's in collaboration with the Nature Conservancy, Guam Extreme Cleanup Crew, and Melesu Mayor's office.
The Merizo Pier Project is an annual event that kind of focuses on making sure that the reef around Merizo Pier is kind of tended to, because there isn't anybody who's really doing that.
We really need the help, so please come on down.
Sablan shared the 2 goals of the project, which is to change our lifestyles and inspire others to do similar cleanups.
One is, letting everyone in the community see our impact that we're having on the environment. When we're throwing our trash in the water, we're not switching to reusable items. And I think the second one is also to kind of encourage the community to initiate projects like this themselves.
It started back in 2017 after Naden discovered the need for more underwater cleaning efforts.
Initially, it was just like this fun recreational scuba dive that me and my sister were going to go on. And then we realized that the depths beneath the pier are absolutely covered in fishing line. And that led me to kind of throw together a few of my friends, my girlfriend, and we came up with a plan to get a whole bunch of divers down to the pier and start removing trash.
About a little over 3 tons of trash have been removed from the reef surrounding the pier in the last few years, thanks to this initiative, which occurs both above and below waters. According to Sablan and Naden, it might be the last time the project will be put together because of positive observations through a recent survey of the area.
We're seeing that it's a lot cleaner. There's not too much left down there. So this year, we're just going to clean up what's left and see where we are after that.
He attributes the improvements to the lack of human activity at the pier in the last couple of years because of the global COVID-19 pandemic. The project is scheduled from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on July 3rd. Participants who are divers are asked to bring their scuba gear. Gloves, mesh bags, and water stations will be provided, but volunteers are asked to bring their own reusable bottles. Attendees who aren't divers will be placed at the sorting station. Meanwhile, for the first time, an eco-friendly pop-up shop event was organized to support local businesses. Contact 671-489-1423 for more information. Reporting for KUAM News, I'm Noah Maravilla.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. Great job on that report. And that is going to do it for our show, everybody. You got about half of your lunch hour left, so please have a wonderful afternoon. Please be safe, because it has been raining, as Landon was telling us earlier in the show. And make sure to tune in tomorrow, because we got some really good interviews coming up. Can't wait to get to it, so we'll see you then. Bye-bye.